Hey guys, welcome back. It's your boy Manny here. Welcome to DFS Zone, your source for daily fantasy sport lineup advice for the NFL, NBA, and MLB. And of course, like always, guys, please drop a like on the video. And if you have not subscribed as of yet, please do so now. And of course, do not forget to turn on those notifications. This way you do not miss any of my new uploads. With that being said, today is Thursday, May 17, 2018. And basically, I am looking at the MLB. This is going to be my first MLB video in quite a while. As you know, I've been focusing mostly on the NBA, and I'm going to continue to do that, but we have no NBA action today and tomorrow. So today and tomorrow I'm going to try to get some MLB stuff up for you guys. And unfortunately today I didn't have sufficient time when I got home to focus on MLB's main slate, but I do play a lot of the after hours slates, so I figured why not just try to do a little something real quick for you guys and try to give you guys some heads up for those who are interested in playing the late night slate. It's a 3-game slate for the late night. We got Tampa at LA, we got Detroit at Seattle, and Colorado at San Francisco. Everything looks good as far as weather's concerned, especially when you get to the West Coast. It's usually pretty good. We're going to go over to the cruncher, and I'm basically going to go over a couple of guys. I mean, Skaggs is the top guy here. He has a salary of $9,000 on FanDuel. Then you got Chris Archer at $8,600, $400 cheaper. And then you got Chad Bettis. These are the three that I'm targeting. I kind of like Archer better than Skaggs, and the only reason why is because Archer's had some success against the Angels. The Angels only batting .204 against him with a .244 WOBA, and they've only hit 1 home run and 9 RBIs against him, and he has actually produced 35 Ks against them. He has given up 10 walks, but I'm not too concerned with that. Archer is a very sneaky play here. We know he has tremendous upside. He has a 50-plus upside in this matchup, and at the same time, he can be one of those guys that can definitely have a positive K percentage going into the game. He's capable of getting some Ks, so that's what I like about Chris. Skaggs, on the other hand, is not a bad play. I'm not telling anybody they shouldn't play Skaggs. I'm just a little weary against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has some good hitters. You know, they have hit well against lefties. They're one of the better hitting teams in the MLB right now. I think they're 3rd or 4th overall as far as total average. So definitely a difficult matchup for Skaggs, but he is at home, so that definitely helps. But I don't know if I'm going to beat on him. I kind of like Archer better. So if you ask me, Skaggs overall, though, his numbers have been pretty decent, 37, 31, 34, and 40. Don't like that in the last 3 games he's only pitched 5 1/3 or 6 innings. But he has 7 strikeouts for 6 innings. That's not bad. That's a strikeout an inning or better, so that's not too bad. And he also has upside. He's capable of giving you 60-plus, but I think this matchup is a little scary for me. I'm a little hesitant in playing him. I think I'll play him in one lineup because I plan to play at least 4 or 5. I'm going to probably buy into 4 or 5 lineups here, but my main guy, I think I'm going to definitely go with Chris Archer. Archer, I like him 40, 34, 31, 33. 5 out of his last 6 starts, he's been in the green. I also like that he has pitched 6 innings, and then he pitched a 7-inning game in his last outing against Toronto. Did have 6 strikeouts. Like I said, he has 50-plus upside. I just think, and then if he could get the backing of his hitters on his team, if they happen to hit Skaggs a little bit, that would be awesome. So definitely considering a Archer with a few of his hitters in my lineup. Chad Bettis is another decent play here. He didn't look good in his last outing, but look at this, 37, 34, 41, 43, 23, 20. He's been pretty solid throughout the whole year. He is going into San Francisco, a tough ballpark. It's definitely a hitter's park, but he definitely has the upside of that he has some hitters on his side. In this game, I got a feeling, a couple of those Colorado hitters are going to definitely come through. I kind of like the Colorado hitters here as a stack. With Chad Bettis. And he's $7,200, so he's definitely going to save you $1,800 off the price for Skaggs, and definitely you can pile up the hitters with that. So definitely someone to consider, guys. Definitely want someone to consider. I really like him here. Bettis, actually, his numbers have been pretty good against San Francisco. 228 they're batting against him with a 278 WOBA, which is, not too bad. They're 18 for 79. He's only given up only 2 home runs and 8 RBIs, and he has had 12 Ks against this team in his outings against San Fran. So I like Chad Bettis as a sneaky low value play here as far as one of the pitchers in the late night slate. He's projected to put up 20. That's pretty much the same as Archer. He might even surpass that. So I definitely am going to have a little bit of Chad Bettis in my lineups. Going into catcher and first base position, Brandon Belt is definitely the top of the class here today. Belt is batting .438 with a .479 WOBA, 7 for 16 with 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and 2 Ks against Mr. Bettis. He's the only one that's really hurt them out of the San Francisco guys, other than McCutchen when I get to McCutchen. So he's definitely someone in play, and he's been very hot lately. 21, 21, 37, 18. He's been in the green 4 straight games. He's just tearing it up right now. He may have a letdown today against Bettis, like I said, because I like Bettis as far as one of the pitchers tonight. But he will be one guy that will be good to throw into our lineup out of the San Fran guys. They may be able to get a couple of hits against Bettis. Albert Pujols is another fine play here. He has looked terrible, as you can see, all in the red over 7-8 games, but it's a late night slate. You got to choose some guys, and he definitely has the upside. You know, we know he's capable of putting up 20 plus, and not only that, just look at his average, his numbers against Archer: 400 with a .450 WOBA, 6 for 15, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 1 base on ball. He has only struck out 3 times, so he's actually had some success against Chris Archer. So definitely Pujols is someone that you definitely should have in play. Then you also have here C.J. Cron for Tampa. I love the Tampa hitters here. Cron is definitely have had some great success as well. As you can see, 31 and 25 over his last 2 games. He's hitting the ball well, and on top of that, he's a good lefty pitcher hitter. You know, so C.J. Cron, I mean, let me look at his numbers a little bit further. Cron is batting against lefties .378, 7 for 45 with 2 doubles, 3 home runs, 5 RBIs, 3 base on balls. He has a definite high strikeout rate. He has struck out 11 times, but it's still a .378 average, guys. So definitely he is someone you should consider tonight against Skaggs for Tampa. Ian Desmond is another good play. He hasn't been playing. The numbers have not looked good here, but Ian Desmond, if he plays today, he's definitely in a good spot as well. Desmond is batting .417 with a .510 WOBA, 10 for 24 with 3 doubles, 2 home runs, and 6 RBIs, you know, pretty much against Samaja. So definitely someone you got to consider. Second base, just Joe Wendell. He's a Tampa guy. He's the only one I really like there, so I would say pencil him in. Definitely consider a Tampa Bay stack here. With Wendell, he hits lefties well. His numbers against lefties are .353, 6 for 17 with 1 triple, 4 RBIs, and 3 base on balls. He has a few strikeouts as well, so he's doing very well here. They're only projecting him with 7, but for the late night at this price, what is his price? $2,600. I think he's a fine play here. Third base, Arenado and Kyle Seager are definitely good plays as well. Arenado is what, .414 with a .447 WOBA, 12 for 29 with 4 doubles, 1 triple, 6 RBIs against Samagia. So he's definitely the best play there. Then Kyle Seager, he's here simply because he hits lefties very well. He definitely does. He's definitely a good lefty hitter. So definitely someone you should consider here. Don't have quite any numbers on Kyle, do I? Let me see. No, I didn't write down anything for Kyle Seager, but I know him and Haniger have hit well against lefties. So definitely that's it. If you want a Seattle stack, those are the 2 hitters that I like best from Seattle other than Segura. All right, so definitely Seager is in play today. $3,600, he's $1,000 cheaper than Arenado. So if you can squeeze him into your lineup, I think you definitely should consider him. Shortstop, there goes Gene Segura. Definitely someone in play. He hits lefties very, very well. And then you got Trevor Story. He's on here simply because of the stacking aspects. Colorado definitely has good hitters, and I don't like him as much as I like Segura. I think Segura is a better play here, but definitely someone to consider in Trevor Story. Hechavarria has had great success against lefties. That's why he's here for the Tampa Bay guys. You know, let's look at his numbers real quickly. Hechavarria, .341, 15 for 44. 1 double, 2 RBIs, and 3 base on balls. So he's actually hit well against lefties. The numbers don't look too good here, but obviously he could put up 15 to 20 for you on a good night, you know. And he's, like I said, he's in a good matchup here. He hits lefties well, so we'll see what happens. But I think you're definitely someone you can consider, especially at $2,600. All right, go to the outfield. Definitely Mike Trout is always in play. The only problem with Mike Trout in this matchup is he hits righties well. All right. He's hit righties well. He hasn't had great success against Archer, but he's hit righties, batting .290 this year against righties, 36 for 124. He has 6 doubles, 2 triples, 9 home runs, 21 RBIs. He's walked 12 base on balls and 29 Ks. That's the only drawback, 29 Ks, and he has had 8 stolen bases. But the biggest problem here is at home he's really struggled against righties. He hits better away than he does at home, surprisingly. At home his numbers are .231 batting average, 15 for 64 with 1 double, 1 triple, 5 home runs, 9 RBIs, 23 base on balls, which is really, really good, but 19 Ks. His batting average is really much weaker at home. He seems to perform better on the road, which is really a surprise. But overall, this is Mike Trout. He's one of the best players in the game, so definitely someone to consider. He is a little pricey at $4,700, but again, this is Mike Trout. Mitch Haniger, like I said before, definitely in play. Like Haniger here, he hasn't looked good over the last 5 or 6 games, but he has tremendous upside. He definitely he could put 30 to 35 any given night. He has a lot of power, and as you can see, he has a 282 ISO with a 408 WOBA, so he's fantastic. And then his numbers against lefties, he doesn't have no at bats, with Boyd, but he's batting .364 against lefties this year so far, 8 for 22 with 1 double, 1 triple, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and only 3 Ks. So Mitch Haniger is definitely a nice play tonight. Charlie Blackmon, same thing. Like I said before, I like the Colorado stack. Blackmon is batting .300 against Samaja, .376 WOBA, 9 for 30 with 1 double, 2 triples, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. He does have 9 Ks against him, so it doesn't look good there. He does strike out a lot against Samaja, but he has home run, he has power upside, something to consider here. As you can see, 398 WOBA, 275 ISO. The ISO, that's a pretty good ISO, because that's above average, is actually excellent. 250 or better would be considered an excellent ISO. So definitely in play. Andrew McCutchen, definitely someone to consider as well. McCutchen here, let's see what we have for him. Versus Bettis, he's batting .500. Has a small sample size, only had 8 at-bats against him, but he's batting .500, 4 for 8, with a 450 WOBA, 1 RBI, and only 1 K, which is very, very nice. So McCutchen is definitely in play today as well, and he is at $3,500. We got Denard Span. He's on here because, of course, these Tampa Bay Ray hitters, they definitely make good contact and they hit lefties well, and Span is one of them. He's batting .381. He actually has the best average against lefties, 8 for 21, 1 double, 1 home run, 9 RBIs, and 6 base on balls. So he's definitely doing the job, and as you can see, he's been pretty consistent in the last 5-6 starts. 5 out of the last 6 games. Sorry about that. 5 out of the last 6 games. Hold on here. What happened? Get back to my pool here, guys. Yep, there we go. Okay, again, sorry about this, guys. 19. Yep, outfield. So again, Blackmon, Andrew McCutchen. All right, the last guy I have here is Geraldo Parra. Okay, Parra also has had some good success as well. Parra is, what we got here, 400 with a 461 WOBA, 12 for 30, 1 double, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs against Samaja. So definitely there is a Colorado stack there. And that's basically it. The stacks that I like going into tonight, obviously I like Haniger, Seager, and Segura for Seattle. I definitely like a stack of maybe a little McCutchen with Belt. And I also like the Colorado stack with Parra, Arenado, and Desmond, as well as maybe some Charlie Blackmon, so you can go 4 there, or you could go 3. And then, of course, the Tampa Bay Rays, I kind of like those lefties, guys. I mean, it's going to be a tough situation. Look, you can go with Skaggs. You got to go with some LA guys. Obviously, I don't suggest you stack Tampa Bay guys against Skaggs. Obviously, that doesn't make no sense, so definitely don't do that. If you go with Tampa Bay guys, like I plan to have a lineup with Tampa Bay guys, I definitely am going to get my pitching somewhere else, not from that particular game. And those are the fine chips. Those are the tips I can give you. Definitely consider stacking. I know I haven't done a lot of MLB, but that's definitely a strategy that a lot of people use, and I use it myself as well. Especially in a small slate like this, it's not a bad idea to go and get 2 or 3 guys from one game. And I also like game stacks as well, where you take 6 or 7 players from one game and then make sure your pitcher and one of those utility players or whatever, the last guys you have left on your slate, you pick up from somewhere else. That's another strategy that works fairly well in MLB. But again, MLB is a crapshoot. You never know what's going to happen. That's why they play the games. This is DFS, so I want everybody to understand you just never know what's going to happen. This is why I'd rather give you what I think is the best plays, at least in my eyes, and then let my viewers decide what way to go, and if I give them enough insight and information to help them make those proper decisions. But basically that's it, guys. So that's the slate for today. Very quick. I'm sorry I didn't do a main slate. I'll try to do that tomorrow. I figured I wanted to get a video in. I just got in a little while ago from work, and I said, hey, you know what, I want to do a video and get it up, and maybe for those guys who have not decided yet on the late night slate, hey, maybe I'd be able to give you a couple of tips and a couple of pointers here, and maybe they'll pan out for you. I'm going to get my lineups going now for myself. I'm only playing the late night slate, and let's see what happens. And so again, I'll touch base again tomorrow. Come up back with another video tomorrow for MLB. Hopefully the main slate. If not, I'll do another after hours, whatever the case may be. DFS Zone is going to continue to try to bring you good content and good information to help you make proper decisions in your lineups. Good luck tonight. God bless, and your boy Manny is out.